The movie Up would be cool.
Well, the planes have touched down and made their airfield.
It is the final day of prep for the Capital Air Show. Joining us live is a Lockheed T-33 shooting star pilot, Greg Collier. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you may not know exactly what kind of plane that is, but I do know it was first went into service in 1948, and you own this plane, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
How did you come to own it? And
yeah, where do you pick one of those up?
Where do you pick one of those up these days?
eBay.
eBay. Tell us about the...
Did you use PayPal? Really?
Mine was an ex-Canadian Air Force aircraft that was released down to, it was down at Mojave as a test bed airplane for a few years before I got it.
Well, give us a little history about this T-33.
Well, my particular T-33 served with the Canadian Air Force from 1954 through 1977 when it went to Mojave as a chase plane. But the original shooting stars first flew in 1944, and first jet to shoot down another jet during the Korean War.
Wow.
And then after the Korean War, it became a trainer from a fighter.
So it's kind of a weird design. It's got that rounded front nose, but on the sides of the wings are those bulbous things. What are the bulbous things for?
Those are fuel tanks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for extra fuel during combat and extend the range of the aircraft.
Wow. You are one of just a few people to actually own one. I see that one of the other people to own one is actually a Klingon warrior, and I'm wondering how you feel about that. Apparently, Michael Dorn from Star Trek Next Generation owns one of these planes. Yeah, Worf owns one of these planes.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's one of the jet pilots as well, yes.
Do you ever run into him at the air show? Does he bring his plane out to some of these things?
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Does he bring his plane to some of these things?
You know what, I have not met him, and I haven't seen him at any of the shows, and I get around pretty good in this thing. I'm doing a lot of shows on the West Coast. I think he's more recreational.
Can I ask you this about the external tank for the gas? They don't do that in my car. Why would you put the external extra tanks on the outside of the plane?
They just did it for aerodynamics, and during the Korean War, they actually were hung underneath the ends of the wings, and then after the war, they moved them to the end of the wingtips because they were easier to jettison. They could carry more weight.
Oh, okay. So you get rid of it quick. Okay.
Are you actually going to be flying the plane in the air show, or is it just going to be on the ground for people to come take a look at?
No, I'll be flying a solo aerobatic demo. Today's a practice day, and then Saturday and Sunday. It's about a 15-minute routine demonstrating the capabilities of the aircraft.
Wow! And so, what kind of things are you going to do? Like loop-de-loops, or what are you going to plan?
Vertical rolls, a loop, Cuban 8, inverted passes, high G turns.
You know, Cuban 8
rolls.
An egg roll? Is that what you said? I'll take an egg roll.
Do you ever take people up in the plane?
Yeah, I do media flights and give instruction and lessons in it, upset recovery training.
I heard media flight.
I'm free this weekend. Okay, we got to go. But if you and Worf were in an air battle, who would win?
Thank you very much. I missed the question.
No, if you and Worf were in an air battle, who would win?
I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm going with you, sir. I'm going with you.
Worf looks pretty mad.
Yeah. The California Capital Air Show happens this weekend at Mather Airport. It runs from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. both days. Kids under 5 are free. How great is that? For general admission, you can find cheaper tickets online. We've linked their website to ours at gooddaysacramento.com. I think he just didn't want to answer the question.